All right. I feel like I need more light. Okay. Late as usual. But I did plan to start at 4:30 just so I would like have Robin settled and everything, and then I knew my husband was gonna be home at 5, but he ended up walking in earlier, so that's kind of why I just went ahead and went live by myself, and I was explaining like why I went live so late.
Oh,
my husband just walked in like 5 minutes ago, so I was like, well, I'll just tell him like, hey, this is what's going on, and
you've got a life.
Yeah. I also just been in a huge cleaning mood today. Like I just started going nuts and then lost track of time. And I was like, oh man, I never made a broadcast or anything for this. So then I was way behind.
Oh, it's okay.
But that's
post about it in stories. Sure. How are you doing, Raine?
I am doing great. I had a really rough day yesterday. I don't know why. Like, it was just one of those days at work where I felt like everyone was being mean. Like, I was just like overly sensitive, maybe. Like, I was just having a really rough day. And so then I was like, well, push the live into tomorrow and do sprints then. And I'm kind of glad I did because I came home and like an hour and a half into being home, my power went out and it was out for 5 hours.
Oh, God. Yeah. Is it really, really hot there like it is in the Northwest right now?
Yes, it was so hot too. And I like opened all the windows and doors. And luckily, like my husband had Robin, so they weren't even home, like dealing with it, you know? And when he finally brought her home, she was passed out. So we just like put her in the room with all the windows open. She was just like completely just a diaper.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was good. But yeah, we just had no power for 5 hours.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was so rough. But I'm glad it kind of worked out because I would have been live and my power.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then you would have been like, this is the cherry on top of a shitty day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I was just so stressed out, like more so over like my fridge. I was asking my husband, I was like, how long will the fridge last like without power? And I just food and I just bought popsicles.
Yeah.
It was like everything's gonna go bad. It was just stressful, but it all worked out.
Good. Just saying. Hey. Hi guys. I'm sorry you can hear my husband sizzling bacon in the kitchen.
Hi, Heather.
So I'm sure he's making us breakfast for dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're gonna have some bagel sandwiches. So in classic Amy fashion, I'll be eating on the live. I'm always eating on the live.
I mean, you know, it is dinner time. So
it's actually almost 8 o'clock here. This is a late dinner for us.
Yeah, that is kind of late.
But my husband came home. My husband does the cooking in our house, and he came home and he took a nap while I filmed. And then his mom came over and was here for like an hour. So she just left. So we're having dinner now. So
nice.
Yeah.
A late breakfast dinner.
Yeah.
That's great. I love
it. What are you reading right now, Raine?
So last night was still Strange-a-thon. So I finished the Devourers because, you know, I had no power. But the bummer was I couldn't finish the ebook that I was reading because my phone died. That's why.
Oh, no.
So I wasn't able to like complete anything other than like the 2 books that I read for Strange-a-thon. Yeah. But I did end up starting Girls of Paper and Fire. So
okay. How do you like that so far?
I'm really enjoying it. Like, I mean, I'm not very far in. I'm maybe like, I don't even remember because I fell asleep while reading it. So I know I'm like maybe chapter 2. I'm pretty
Okay, so just a little bit.
early into it, yeah. Because I started it and then fell asleep. And I don't remember where I fell asleep, but I'll find it when we start sprinting. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, I think I'm gonna read something fantasy because I know I'm gonna start Summerween.
Yeah.
And then I'll be reading like horror and stuff. So I didn't want to pick up something horror. I felt like a YA fantasy might be like a good idea because it'll be quick, entertaining. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just what I felt like picking up. So, and I was like all kinds of confident last night. Like, I'm going to stay up late and read this book and like read most of it and like maybe complete Strange.
15 minutes later. Like,
yeah, I was out. I fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
The power came on and then I like fell asleep right after that.
Oh.
Because it was like 11 o'clock when it finally
that's
came back.
that. A couple summers ago, like at the end of July, our air went out for several days. Or no, it was our whole power. It was power and everything. So the air was out. And we had to go stay at my mom's. Like it was like 90 in our house. I was like, no. Like we would come and check on our cats and make sure they had like lots of water and like left the windows open and stuff so that they, and I was like, at a certain point, I was like, I'm going to have to take the cats out at a certain point because like they can't live in here. But it finally came back on. But I think it was like 3 days it was out. And it was like the end of July. It was really hot here. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point yesterday, I was like, well, I need to charge my phone a little bit. It's like, okay, this is so stupid. So I got home, I was on my phone, and then I was like, my phone's about to die. I should go take a shower. My phone like completely died. I took a shower, came out, plugged it in for it to turn back on, and then the power went out before it was able to turn back on. So then
oh my God.
Well, then while it was like out, I went and sat in my car and like charged my phone so that I could text my husband because I knew he probably at that point had been messaging me.
Right.
So, because we have like our friend's mom lives like the next street over and her power was out as well. It was like a huge.
So you knew it wasn't just you.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
there's a lot of background noise.
So I went and sat in my car for a little bit and just blasted the air because it was so hot.
Yeah, I guess you could have gone, if it got really bad, you could have like taken Robin out in the car, maybe sleep in the back seat.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm so glad she was with him because.
And she was already out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I was sitting in the car with the air blasting when they pulled up. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I had to charge my phone somehow."
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah, I guess he like got worried because I wasn't messaging him back, and then just came home.
Well, power's out and the phone's dead. So yeah. Do you know if anyone else from Stacks to Strange is going to jump on?
Too. I feel really bad because it had my. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, do you know if anyone else from Stacks to Strange is going to jump on with us?
Deja's going to, but maybe like a little ways in. So we could probably start spreading at 5 if you want.
She's it.
Oh, I mean on the hour. I guess.
Yeah.
I always forget where.
That's okay. I've gotten used to it, except for that one time that I was like, you said that you were going to do sprints at 2, and I was thinking it was 11 my time. I went the wrong way, and I was like, I could probably do that on my lunch break. And then I was like, that's 5 o'clock. I'll be in a hair appointment. Never mind.
It's really, the time difference always messes me up every time. It's terrible.
I'm still reading The House in the Cerulean Sea because I haven't read any of it in days. So I'm still on page 174. I've really enjoyed what I've read.
Really?
I have not been wanting to read a physical book lately for some reason. Do you ever get in moods like that?
Yeah, I do that a lot. I feel like oftentimes I end up reading ebooks because it's easier for me. It's like hard for me to carry a book and then have the baby at the same time. So like oftentimes she's just sitting on my lap, like watching something or you know, she's like napping, it's a lot easier for me than like holding a physical book just to like have my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
So I totally get that.
Yeah.
I'm
I was
making
hoping that maybe my library would have it in ebook, but of course there's a weight on it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll just keep reading it in physical form. It's just my goal is like I want to have it finished by the end of the day tomorrow, like by the end of the month. Like I don't want to bring any new books into the new month. I need to leave them in June. I just filmed a July TBR that'll go up tomorrow. I'm ready for a new month. So
see, that's what I'm hoping the sprints do for me. It's like sprinting as much as I can before.
Yeah.
Summer weans.
Good idea.
Yeah. All right. How long do you want to sprint for our first sprint?
It doesn't matter. You choose. You're the host of this shindig.
Okay. Let's do 20 minutes.
Okay.
For the first one, yeah. I think that'll be good. So we'll go ahead and start now. I started doing the little ticker thing. It's like, oh, it's so cute.
I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Okay. I have to find my spot where I was. Hello. I have to grab a bookmark because I didn't have one last night.
Hello. Hang on, I'm still eating, and I didn't think anyone needed to see that.
No, they're fine. Hairpin Bridge. I've heard of that. I know I have. I was just thinking, I don't know if this book is YA or not. I can't remember for sure.
I think it is, Raine.
Okay, I think I just assumed it was YA.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually YA or not.
Are you liking it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is YA. Okay. I was like, wait a second. I mean, because she's like about to turn 18, so I'm like,
it's definitely older YA from what I've heard, and it has some darker.
Well, because I know it has some very like serious, serious topics and scenes and stuff in it, but I couldn't remember if it was actually YA or I just assumed it was.
Gotcha.
But it is. So I was like, wait a second. While I was reading, I was like, is it YA? I just said it was, but I don't know. I read about like 12 pages, so I did pretty okay.
Yeah, I think I got around 15, but I also was eating.
Yeah.
What is Hairpin Bridge?
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of that, the name of that before. Like, I've heard that name before. By Taylor Adams. Yeah, it's the same author that wrote No Exit. Okay.
Oh.
It's like her newest release.
I still have not read No Exit.
No Exit was really good. How are you liking that, Carol? Let us know, because Oh, is Taylor Adams a dude? I don't know why I just assumed it was a... Anyway, I loved No Exit.
I know, everybody loves it. I needed to read it.
Yeah, it was really good.
I
wonder if that one's any... I remember hearing about that one being released. I'm surprised I didn't put it like on my wish list so I would be aware of its release. I saw a lot of positive reviews on Amazon. Someone did say it's unrealistic of a storyline, but No Exit was kind of unrealistic too.
I don't mind unrealistic in my thrillers.
I don't either, because I mean, it's just meant
to an extent. Like if you're trying to be really deep and character driven and all that, then if it's unrealistic, you can kind of tell. But if it's just like plot, like the Final Girl support group, like wasn't character driven in any way. Like that was a totally unrealistic storyline, but it was fine.
Right. No, I think I don't. Yeah, I don't really usually have very high expectations as far as like character development or anything. When it comes to thrillers, I just did it entertain me is what I want to know.
Yes. I think with Final Girl support group, I just expected different because I'd read from him before.
Oh yeah, and he's
through me. But I think had I not ever read anything from him before, I don't think I would have even noticed.
Yeah, and I think it would depend. Like if you had read maybe like Horror Store before that, then maybe you wouldn't have had as high expectations. But like some of his other books are more developed.
Yeah, going from Southern Book Club to that is a big difference in the story.
Yeah. I definitely think that like that's just two entirely different types of books that you write.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I really like it though. So I really want to check out Hairpin Bridge. I don't know why I didn't save it. Like,
that just came out too. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got 15 pages, I think. Trying to make it I'm almost to the halfway point.
Cool. I'm on chapter 3. The
Okay.
chapter little
That'll
long.
go fast, I think, for you, don't you?
I feel like it will too.
Yeah. Carol, I wish you'd jump on with us. I know you're just in the comments.
Yeah.
I always like to hang with Carol.
Yeah.
So anyone else in our Heather, you said you're reading Blackout. Are you liking it? It's like short stories that are all during a blackout, and then I think they're all connected. Is that right, Heather?
Ooh.
Are you liking it? Oh, Carol's gonna jump on.
I think I have seen
like the cover or something for Blackout. Yeah. It sounds really good, and I've not been reading a ton of YA, but it's definitely one that I would, because it's got like Nicola Yoon and Angie Thomas, not Bethany C. Morrow. It's like 6 Black authors. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's
Tiffany D. Jackson is one.
Nick Stone.
Oh yeah, Nick Stone. Alice by Christina Henry.
I put
familiar.
Allegedly by Tiffany G. Jackson on hold at the library, so I'm anxiously awaiting for that to come through because I talked to Deja about it on like one of our live prints, and I was like, that sounds so good.
Hey, Carol.
Hey.
Hi.
I was gonna get on earlier, but like after I put my kid to bed, but then my husband just texted me to tell me somebody tried to like attack him at his job.
What? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine, but I was like, "Are you hurt?" He's like, "No, he just tried." I was like, "Oh my god."
He tried and failed. Oh, I still have the banner up. I don't even realize it. I just wasn't even paying attention.
I didn't notice it either.
I was just hanging out. I had no idea. Oh, okay. So Blackout, it's a blackout that happens in New York City that ends in love stories.
Yeah, it's like 6 love stories that happen like during a blackout, I think.
Cute.
I forgot that it had already come out. So thank you, Heather, for reminding me. I need to check and see if my library has it. I also need to check. I'm in I just want to read thrillers. And of course, I don't have, other than Survive the Night, which I did get for Book of the Month, I don't think I have any thrillers on my TBR. My TBR will go up tomorrow, so. I have a horror on there, but no other thrillers. So maybe I'll just completely divert from my TBR and read some thrillers because I'm just in the mood.
You should.
I have When the Stars Go Dark out from the library. Have you all read that yet?
Yeah, I think Marcy read that.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of us read it.
I have that audiobook. Yeah, we can complain about Book of the Month. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was Marcy. Yeah, we were just complaining about Book of the Month.
Those bastards.
I knew they were gonna do that. I just knew
you called that shit.
You did. You called it.
Because I have been sitting on my same credit for months. And I was like, damn it, they're going to make me do it.
Yeah.
But I picked the Catherine Ryan Howard book. And I read The Nothing Man by her last year. And it was like one of my favorite books of the year.
Oh.
I didn't even realize that was the same author.
Yeah.
Who wrote that. I just knew, her name didn't look familiar to me, and then I was just like, what? I think it's like the story involves like quarantine, right?
Yeah, like 2 people, I think they like start dating, and then we go into quarantine, and then one of them ends up dead, I think.
Okay.
Something like that.
I'll just be anxiously awaiting your review for that one because I ended up getting The People We Keep. So
Which also sounded good. Like, I guess it wasn't that the choices were bad this month. It was that I literally hadn't even so much as heard of any of them.
Yeah.
And you know,
I really hadn't
heard
either.
of one of them. So it's hard to, but like I said, I ended up being offered The Chestnut Man as one of the member faves, which I had been wanting to read. And I probably would not have ordinarily bought it because I don't usually buy thrillers because I don't reread them. And I don't reread like any of my books. But for some reason with like thrillers, I'm like, well, I'm not going to buy that. I'll just get it from the library because like, I don't know why I feel that way. But I do own 3 of Riley Sager's books. So I was like, well, I got to get Survive the Night. I think the only one I don't have is Final Girls, which is the only one I didn't like. So.
Yeah,
But
with
now
thrillers, I usually only keep like favorites, or if they're like a favorite author of mine, I'll buy them right away. But like, I feel like now that I'm a lot more into audiobooks and like I have Scribd and like my library's pretty good, that I kind of I look at the book of the month picks. I usually like check the thriller selections, and then I'm like, oh, I could just get that from the library. Like The Maidens was a choice last month, and I just listened to it on Scribd.
Yeah, I think I ended up skipping last month too.
I just put myself in line to read that. I don't know. Maybe I'm filtering things wrong on Libby, but sometimes
No, I did get The Maidens.
You did?
I just haven't got it yet. Oh yeah, it got shipped to me. I like literally looked at the email yesterday or the other day while we were live.
Oh yeah.
I had it delivered. I just forgot that I did that.
I gotcha.
I feel like it takes so long for me to get mine because I literally picked it early in the month. I don't know why it took me until the end of the month to get it.
That's weird. Mine's usually a couple of days.
I'm assuming because The Maidens is pretty popular.
You're also all the way across the country from them.
Okay.
I think they're in New York.
Yeah,
are they? Oh
true.
yeah. Okay. I'm the furthest.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Razor Blade
long.
Tears because it's a thriller. It's like a crime thriller.
Which one is?
But just because S.A. Cosby wrote Blacktop Wasteland, and that's one that's like been on my radar for a while. I just haven't read it yet. So I was like, I don't know if I want to get this, and I haven't read the other. I don't know if I'm going to be into his writing, but I was looking at reviews, and reviews for both of those books are all in the like high 4-star range. Both of his books. So I don't know. I'm like,
It is Pennsylvania.
It's about reading Wasteland. It's what?
Pennsylvania it comes from. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to spend your credit on Book of the Month every month, which is what I like.
That is what I like about it. Yeah.
Because like it'll charge me the $16 or whatever after my Ohio taxes, but it'll then it could just sit there for however long, you know.
Yeah,
that's so true. I just end up picking like a ton of books and then never reading them. So
there's always is a month where I'm like, I'm gonna get 3 books, and I've collected so many Book of the Month. In fact, I think in a week or so I'm gonna just do a video that's just my Book of the Month collection, and most of them are unread.
Yeah, I like. Oh my gosh, no!
I don't want to read them. It's just that I can't keep up. Like,
me neither.
Especially when you like, at least for me, watching BookTube and being on Bookstagram and stuff. I like it's almost to the point where it's like I either stop doing those things or looking at those things, or I don't even bother like planning any kind of reading out because it's constantly like I have a July and summer ween TBR going up on Wednesday, and I'm already like, I think I'm gonna change it.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't picked my summer ween TBR yet, but I'm hoping to tonight. That's kind of like my goal for the night is to come up with a summer weed.
I decided I
at
wasn't
least
going to
start
do it because it was just going to be too much, and I knew it was going to put me in a big slump if I tried to do another readathon after totally failing at my own readathon that I'm a host
Right.
for.
So did I. So did I. Well, the thing is, like, right before Strainathon started, I finished Shadow and Bone, like the series on Netflix. So then I was just like, I just really want to read fantasy. So that's why I'm like kind of scratching that itch with this, because I'm like, I just need something fantastical right now. I wanted to reread the whole series, but then I'm like, I can't finish that before Summerween. So I'm gonna have to just read this.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And maybe I can, you know, I don't know. Maybe I can throw in some type of like dark fantasy.
Yeah, I bet you could.
With Summerween. I don't know. Oh, maybe.
Like Christina Henry. Didn't somebody say they were reading Christina Henry?
Yes. Alice, right?
Yeah. Was that the one? Yep.
I think it was Sylvia. Yeah. Sylvia said it. I was reading Alice by Christina Henry, which we were talking about last time. Mm-hmm. I do want to read I don't know. Is it what is it called? The Red Riding Hood one?
I don't know.
What's that one?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll read that. Let's sprint again at 40. We'll do
The Girl in Red.
That's yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that one I do really want to read.
The Alice one is a series.
Really?
Yeah.
Sylvia said it's fun.
Okay, well, yeah, this Hairpin Bridge one is pretty fun too. It's like multiple perspectives and timelines and like not diary entries. I think she's doing like a blog kind of thing. And
cool. Yeah, I saved it on Amazon because I'm like, oh, if I could get that somewhere, I'm gonna try to get that somewhere.
Christina Henry?
No, that Hairpin Bridge one, the Taylor Adams one.
It's on Scribd, and you could check NetGalley because they gave it to me as a read now fairly recently.
Well, I do have Scribd. NetGalley probably hates me. I don't know. I'm too scared.
My library has it.
Nice.
I was just there today, but I guess it wouldn't have registered with me because I had never heard of it or seen the cover.
Oh, yeah, I'm saving that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't even notice that it was there. But same, Kim, I'm totally like I have one more month and I get to be a Book of the Month BFF. So I'm the same.
Okay, so my stuff got messed up for a little bit there because like I had to cancel the card that I had because I lost it. And then like I forgot about Book of the Month. And so they were like almost so like, oh, you're not a BFF anymore. And I was like, what?
Excuse me?
I just got my BFF status in March.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Me too. I don't know. I didn't even know what the perks were to be a BFF. I just saw like every time it would pop up and say how close I was, and I'd be like, okay, whatever. I just want to get there, whatever it is. I figured we could sprint again at 40, so like in 1 minute. And do you guys want to go 30 this time?
Sure.
Works for me.
Okay. I want to get some reading done. Oh yeah, I guess now. Got the ticker going. I had almost finished chapter 4. Hi, Deja.
Hey, Deja.
How was work?
You're muted.
Yeah. I'm like, she's making no
I thought
sense.
I unmuted myself. It's not that. It wasn't bad because I just learned closing and I kind of hated it at first, but I hate it less now. So that was good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah.
How late is closing there?
We close at 8 and then we have to be done and out by 8:30.
That's pretty good. At least it's a
No.
decent time.
Yeah, it's just like there's a lot of things to do.
Oh.
I'm running around all over the place trying to get everything clean.
Yeah.
No, I get that. That's one thing about like working at the grocery store and being like a cashier. I don't really have to do anything as far as closing. Like I just work till 11 and I go home. Like on the days I close.
Yeah.
But like when I was closing and I was like a bagger, I would have to stay till like 11:30, maybe even midnight sometimes, like cleaning and stuff.
But the thing is, like, if you get behind, like, it sucks because, like, some of them, like, because when our managers leave, we have to leave, and some of them are like 8:30 on the dot gone. So if you're not done, then it sucks to suck for the morning person. Like, they're just gonna be mad at you.
Oh, that sucks.
Like, you can't just like stay till like 9, like, to finish.
Kid says, "How is Kevin?"
Kevin. Okay, apparently the reason that I always work with my manager is because she doesn't have the patience for Kevin, so she doesn't want to work with Kevin, so she just works with me instead.
Oh,
That's what I found out.
nice.
Look what I got today.
I knew they would have it out a day early.
No, because they said, like, I forget what they called it, but it's not on, like, strict sale, which means that they could put it out before. And I asked my managers when I came in, I was like, are we gonna get it? Like, do we have it? Like, what's the deal? And they were like, well, look. And then I went on my lunch and they handed it to me and I was like, oh my gosh. And I got it for only like $17. And on Amazon, it's like $20.
There you go.
Because I got 40% off and it's normally $27.
Yeah. Are you going to start it tonight?
I don't know because I'm in the middle of another book, but I might. Oh, Marcy's here.
Sorry, I'm just like spacing out. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Marcy. Hi. Oh God, the connection. Hi. Plus, I got other
blurry.
Huh?
I got other books today too in the mail.
What did you get? Do a mini haul for us.
Okay, I got Welcome to the Dark Side by Gianna Darling. It's like
he's sexy.
Yeah, it's a motorcycle age gap romance.
Oh, I love.
It's a motorcycle.
Okay.
And this is actually the second in the series, but everybody says that this was like the best one. So plus
skipping the first one.
Yeah, plus what my dad bought me this one and my mom bought me these other two. Like these two I did something for my mom, so she bought me books, and my dad
about that.
Yeah, do you wanna buy me a book? And so basically my theory in my head was I was like, okay, like let me just make them buy the most expensive books at the top of my wish list. So in that way, like these were all like over $16. So I was like, oh, then the $13 ones I'll buy. That's fine.
Yeah.
So this one was like kind of expensive, and that's why I made him get it because that's logical.
Like, Dad, will you get me this motorcycle age gap romance, please?
Literally, I'm like, hi.
He was like, what?
Then I got a copy of Wolfsong because I needed it and
loved it, right?
And then I got They Never Learn.
Oh, I want to read that.
I know it seems so good. I'm like my Summerween TBR changing.
Am I just gonna only read thrillers?
I know I might buy that just for Summerween.
I don't know what that is. Why don't I know?
Summerween?
No. That book
They never learn.
It's like about, I think she's a professor at the college and she decides to be like a serial killer and kill men that have like, I don't know if they raped her or wronged her or something like that.
She's like a female Dexter or something.
Yeah, and so she goes around killing them and she's a serial killer. She's a serial killer.
Is this historical or is this modern?
I think it's modern.
Okay, my library has it. I'm placing a
so.
hold on it. Let's help.
And apparently she's bisexual.
Ooh.
So
It was
I know I
amazing.
totally heard people say good things. And I was like, it's expensive, so mom buy it.
Oh, it's on Scribd. Okay, I'm gonna save it right now then. Even though I really do like that cover and I want to like own it physically, but if I read it and love it, I'll let myself buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then buy it.
Well, see, the thing is, my mom bought it, so there's no repercussions for me.
No, you're.
Oh my gosh! And
great.
now I wasn't supposed to work the
I
fourth,
already have it saved. It's never ready yet.
but I wasn't supposed to work the fourth. But now I'm working the fourth, so I'm working 5 days in a row. Hate that, but the reason I was like, let me work the fourth is because we get time and a half.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hella time.
I know I get double time on holidays.
That's amazing.
So I'm also working the fourth.
Yeah, I
I'm
was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, now I'm gonna work 5 days in a row. That's so crusty. I don't like that.
Yeah.
I know
That was-
normal people
that was
do
me
that.
this
but, like,
last
I
week.
don't.
Yeah, I did not like that either. I don't
Mm-mm.
normally work that much. And that was
I work 5 days in a row, but it's just a regular time, Monday through Friday. It's not. Also, it's work.
crazy.
I'm working from home, so it's pretty chill.
Take my thing off. My thing for work, I don't know how I did this, but like I had to tape it because it's literally like, look at all those coffee grounds at the bottom, first of all. Then look at how crusty it looks. Look at this side. And then I had to tape it because literally, let me show you. It's literally like ripped down the sides. I'm like, how does this happen?
Oh yeah.
Literally, look.
Already? How long have you been working there?
A month and a half. I was like, how did this occur? It just gets stuck on everything. Everything possible,
yeah.
it gets stuck on. So then it just
I need to
rips.
give you a new one.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I need to get a new one because, like, look,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be normal. It's supposed to be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
it's
how
literally like
Christine
this. Literally, these coffee grounds so nasty. This is from today though, so it's not that gross.
Marcy, what are you reading, girl?
Survive the Night. I started today.
Right, you did.
I started today when I woke up, and I'm 54% of them. I'm hoping to like finish it today.
54%? Like you're
You're halfway done. Wow, are you loving it or are you loving it? Like,
I'm really, really liking it. It's a fast read, but I don't know why I went to look at the review or like to put that I was reading it, and there's so many like bad reviews for it, and I don't know why.
I think is it not as horror-y as his other stuff? Is that why?
his books are never horror.
No, Home Before Dark is horror.
Was pretty horror.
That was the only one I felt
thriller.
like was horror.
Yeah, that's true. This one is marketed as a thriller, not a horror.
Yeah, it's not really, scary or anything. It's just very suspenseful, and it's just the two characters in a car, literally, and that's what you're following.
Okay.
We love a good isolated setting.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it really tense?
I feel like that wow, my brain stopped. That book and the book that I'm reading is gonna be similar.
What are you reading?
Hairpin Bridge.
Hairpin Bridge by Taylor Adams.
Yeah, I'm reading that one next month.
Yeah, I have an arc of that one. Hairpin Bridge, like I got the arc literally like 2 days before it came out because on NetGalley it was like for read for now, like read now. So I was like, click that real quick, give it to me. I don't have to apply nothing. I just
saved it on script so I can listen to it. Maybe I'll add it to my Summerween TBR. I'm just gonna
my Summerween TBR is just gonna be like $10. It's fine.
This is my Summerween TBR right here. These 3 books. And these 2 are like super short. So I am, and look, Deja, I'm ready.
Oh.
Okay, everybody has that copy, but my copy doesn't look like that. It's like a hardcover.
Yours is the hardcover one?
Yes, but now I want that one.
That one.
You know what? To be honest, though, like if you can find the ebook version on like Scribd or something, I suggest trying that out because the ebook version has images in it that aren't in the physical copies.
Oh, really?
Yes. So when I read it on ebook, even though I really want that paperback copy because I love the way it looks.
The paperback copy is so pretty.
The ebook has like a bunch of like really interesting images. It's just like random like posters and things like that. They're like in the story, but they're not like a huge part of the story. Like it's not going to make a difference in the story, but they're hilarious, and I think you should check them out.
Oh, I'm going to check out the ebook then. I don't have Scribd anymore. I canceled my Scribd, but I'm sure I can find it somewhere.
Yeah, if you can get the ebook somehow, maybe through your library or whatever, I suggest checking it out. When Gabby read it for the first time, I was sending her because I have the ebook like. I mean, I could actually just send you guys the images. I screenshotted all the pictures and I was like, Gabby, look at this, look at this, look at this. And we were just cracking up. But they're not like in the physical copy. So they're really cool. Just to see, because they're funny. I wonder if I have them bookmarked and stuff. See if I can find one.
Okay, so we were talking about that 56 Days book earlier, Carol, that you just got.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know you meant the COVID quarantine. Like it's literally a COVID book. You probably knew that. I thought it was just like some kind of. I'm just reading about it, and I was like, we are officially at the point where there are COVID books. I'm like,
I got that one too, the 56 Days one, and then I got a copy of Survive the Night.
Yeah.
I wanted One Last Stop and I forgot to go back and get it. And then I was also looking at the Cosby one, and I don't know why I didn't get any of those.
Marcy, you were just talking about the Chestnut Man recently, right?
Yeah.
You liked that?
No, so I put it up because I want to read it because of the show. I haven't read it yet.
I haven't read it
okay. I have it as a book of the month.
Like it. I was like, oh damn, I just bought that. I was thinking it was like a favorite of yours or something.
But it's thick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the only reason I didn't get that, like pick the 56 Days book is because it's a COVID book. Like I saw quarantine and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Not ready for that yet.
It's like a couple, and then like when they get out, or like only one of them makes it out alive, and not because of COVID, but because I think one kills the other or something. I don't know, but like how? I mean, as a married woman,
that would be a really horrible twist if it was just like, when I got COVID, right. I'd be like, I'm not ready.
Okay, here's one of the pictures.
Oh my God.
So funny.
But it's not in the physical copy. Like,
no, thank you. No.
I love it.
I saw that the first time. I was like, I want that as a poster.
I love that.
I wonder why they did that.
I don't know, but I feel like they totally like screwed you on that with getting the physical copy because like a lot of the images are like that and they're so funny. They're so great.
Yeah.
I'll find some more for you guys, but like they don't do anything like for the actual story. They don't do anything, but they're just hilarious to look at.
I skipped book of the month because I knew that any of the books I got I wasn't gonna read. So and then I was like, I'm gonna do my $15 credit and spend extra $10 to get it, like get Survive the Night when I could just get it for $17 at my work.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
And then I was like, I'll just skip it and I'll use it next month. Hopefully they'll have some good picks next month that I'll actually want. And there was COVID erotica. I read it. Let's not talk about it.
What? Okay.
You guys don't know Kissing the Coronavirus?
Oh yes, I did. I saw you post about it, I think.
Yeah. And there was a historical version, like another historical one that involved a time machine. And I read that one too. Yeah. It wasn't great.
Interesting.
They were both like 20 pages. It was nothing. I read them in like 5 minutes. Oh yeah, Cammie read them too. They were entertaining, I guess. Book of the month is messed up. They're like have really good months and then really sucky months. And I'm just like, can we even it out?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that happens a lot.
I know. I don't like it.
Most of the time I end up like, oh, I'll just kind of like skip this month and then and I'll wait to see what other people say about the books. Gabby's really good at like reading the book of the months on time, so like I'll usually check out what she thinks of the books. I'm terrible at reading book of the month when I get them.
Same.
Me as well. But oh yeah, the Greedy Hendrix books are on Audible Plus. I have 2 of them. I have My Best Friend's Exorcism and Horror Store.
Yeah, I have my best friend's exorcism waiting for me on there.
Horror Store is only 6 hours. It's super short.
Yeah, it really is. It's not that long of a book. And it's kind of like middle of the road. I don't know, it was for me
fun.
at least. Yeah. But it's really interesting. Like the way that the story's told and how like the pictures of like the different types of furniture end up like more nefarious towards the end. Like it just gets creepier and creepier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate
Grady Hendrix only on Audible.
I have no idea. I hate how Book of the Month sent me an email like you skipped and they said bummer, but okay. Yeah, it is a bummer. I want good pick. You just failed.
Right?
Like, why?
Okay, here's one more from my best friend's exorcism.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
God is tougher. I like swear.
That
like,
one makes sense though. That one
and they're not in the
That one goes with the story though, isn't it? Like, isn't that advertising the brothers? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad because like I don't want to say that all the picks for Book of the Month were bad this month because like that's not fair. I don't actually know that.
We haven't even read them yet. We're just like, no, they're bad.
They'll always appeal to somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
And they could all be excellent books. I don't know. It was just that it was a lot of kind of not there wasn't anything that had ever been on my radar. Not that like my radar is like the best, but I'm like, at least I've usually heard of like one of them.
You know, you can't please everybody all the time. We're bound to have months where you can't, better for our pockets, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I definitely I knew about S.A. Cosby, so that was like a thing. But when I read like the synopsis for The People We Keep, I don't know, like it just stuck out to me and I was like, you know what? I might be in the mood for like a coming of age summer 90s book.
You know what's strange is sometimes I take a chance on a Book of the Month book that I'm just like, this just sounds good. I've never heard of it. And it's like excellent. Like The Knockout Queen by Ruthie Thorpe. I got a couple years ago and I was just like, this sounds good. And it's like, I don't know if I'll say it's one of my favorite books. I loved it. I gave it like a 4.5 or whatever. But it has stuck with me. Like I still think about that book, and I didn't know what it was about. I just was like, I'll pick this one.
Ooh,
I love when that happens.
Yeah, I did that with oh gosh, The Book of Longings. Which is by the same woman who wrote the book about the bees. I can't remember her name, but it was like
Two Monk Kid.
Yep, it was historical fiction about like what if Jesus had a wife, and I'm like, that's not something that I would normally read, but I read it and like I know what happens to Jesus, and I still was like almost crying. Like it was just so well written, and I'm like, I know how this story ends.
I know what happens to Jesus.
But it was still so good, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna pick this one. What the heck?
You know, we all watched Titanic knowing how that ended, and that did not stop us from crying.
Right.
So, you know.
The Titanic movie still makes me upset. I don't want to talk about it.
Deja, I saw that in theaters when I was 11. So, actually,
I don't think I was alive.
10. Just kidding.
Was I alive?
No, I don't think. No, for sure. It came out in 1996.
Oh, yeah. No. That was like 5 years.
Seriously, when were you born, Deja?
2002, November.
You weren't even alive for 9/11.
So shocked.
My daughter was born 2001.
Like she's
I'm
You could
sorry.
be my
I
daughter.
just graduated high school.
Just kidding. I was born in 1999.
It doesn't make it that much
Stop.
better.
You know, but I feel like once you hit like 2000, it's like a different level. You know.
It is. It is.
Oh, for sure.
I graduated high school in 1999.
Well, like, you know, if you ever work like a retail or drugstore or something, and then you're like carding people, and you're like, like, excuse me, like, when were you born? And you're buying cigarettes? This is not okay.
Yeah. I work with kids, and when you start like at this point, like the youngest kids I'm working with are like 14, and so I'll see their birthdays, and I'm like, what? You what now?
You were born then?
I was in college. I'd already graduated. Like, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I just forget that there's like a whole decade between like 1998 was like 10 years ago.
Correct.
Like there's like a whole missing decade in my brain.
Things that, like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
No, for sure.
If you're our age, the 90s just happened. The 80s were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can't seem to get out of that thought process.
I heard on this TikTok video that someone said that kids like in school are now referring to like the 90s as the late 1900s.
I was like,
No.
I was screw up.
Yes. Tisha, you need to stop this.
That is not
madness.
true, but that's hilarious.
You need to stop this madness.
But no, I wonder if it's like middle school kid. Like I wonder if it's like young kids.
Probably. They're just messing
yeah, I
with-
heard somebody say that.
They're-
They were like, you were born in the late 1900s. I was like,
They're messing with their
Ma'am.
parents.
That's so hilarious. I love it.
ma'am.
I'm gonna text my sister that.
I was born in the late 1900s. Like, that's crazy.
That's hilarious. I know it's not the same, but to me, it's like
In the
really
late
weird that like
1980s, I was born.
Oh no!
I know it's not the same, but it's weird for me that like kids starting high school now were born in like 2007 or 2008.
You're
I know.
supposed to get that first, like,
See, I'll tell you what blows my mind is there are facts, is the fact that there are kids that are born, like, people who can, like, who are 18 years of age,
Yeah.
who were born after 9/11. That just blows
That's
my mind. Like,
Deja was born after
completely-
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
right.
that's me. I was born like a year and 2 months after.
My daughter was born 5 months before 9/11, so you can only imagine me with my newborn baby watching TV,
Oh, yeah.
dying,
You were totally emotionally stable.
dying.
I
No,
feel like
I've
there
only
was
ever
such like a moment in time that we all just like we know where we were, what we were doing at the
Yeah.
time. So like
Deja,
the fact that
was
there were kids
not
that were born
quiet.
after that have no
I was
mem-
not
Deja
I had
knows where she
nothing.
was in the
I didn't even
ether
have a little
somewhere.
heartbeat. I had nothing. I
She
literally
was still
did not
swimming
exist.
around in her papa.
Literally.
In utero yet. Yeah, she was.
Because I think like this is really
Just keep
freaks me out.
swimming.
Yeah.
It freaks me out, but I'm pretty sure I was either a Valentine's Day, like conceived Valentine's Day, or my dad's birthday. Because those are both in like my dad's born a week before Valentine's Day. Like sometime in February, I think.
I think you know what? That's what I was thinking the other day because my husband said something like, "Oh, you were conceived in February," and I was like, "Wait, what?" I never thought about it, and I was like, "Look at my mama getting sexy on Valentine's Day."
No.
My parents just had too
early.
much tequila and didn't use protection.
right?
They knew each
I
other
think
for
that's
3
what most
months
of our
and then got
parents-
pregnant with me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. They're still together. 30.
I love it.
30 years
Wow,
later.
that's amazing.
Wow, that's so cool.
normally. It would
But then
normally
and then
be
what?
January.
What was you saying, Deja? Sorry.
I'm trying to think of time. I don't know how to do math. I think it would normally be January, but I was born early. So I think that's why.
When's your birthday?
November. So it would have been like 10
That's
months, like
right.
40 weeks. So it would have been like
Well, technically, you're conceived 2 weeks before.
But that's why it's like
It's weird.
Okay,
The way
yeah.
that the time works.
Isn't it?
So
Yeah.
so I conceived January 10th, or no, January 17th, and my
Yeah.
son was due October 17th.
So
So
they
you
count
have like 10 months.
or something.
Like the day that you become pregnant, you're technically already 2 weeks pregnant, if that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
weird the way the
I don't
time
like
works.
that. Let's not
No,
talk about
it's
it.
stupid.
From,
And
like,
they
your
count
last
from like your
period.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
way
I don't
that
know.
they count. So it's like the day you like actually conceive, it's already 2 weeks.
I don't like that.
Like,
All right,
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
for
Not-
today's
that's not how it
conception
works.
class.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Also, I'm
It
mad.
doesn't.
Sense.
Look, honestly, it's all a bunch of guesswork because
It really
every time I asked my doctor something, she was like, "Well, it just depends." I was like, "Do we know anything?"
No.
But also, I'm mad because my sister,
Not
this is
really.
good.
No.
It's good, but it's bad. My sister, they said like max she was gonna go to 37 weeks, period. But now they're like, we may let her go a little bit longer, and I'm like, why? Like, just let them.
How
like,
far
let
is she
them-
now? Right? She's having
She
twins.
turned 35 weeks today, pregnant with twins.
So soon.
She's
Soon.
had those babies for a long time.
So
But I'm like,
she's
come on.
35 weeks pregnant with twins in the middle of summer
Oh,
Yeah.
poor
in
thing.
the South. Okay.
Yes. This is why we
Well,
don't go
like,
outside.
well, now that she's 35 weeks, if she, I mean, they'll let
I
her
know,
go.
like, I mean,
Yeah,
let's-
she can have them at any point.
I'm like, let's go on walks. Like, let's bounce on this ball. Like, come on.
You're ready to be an auntie. You're like, yes.
Because you know what they said to me? I was like,
What's that?
how? My brother-in-law said that he doesn't think that they're going to keep it. But like the doctor said that the babies are not supposed to meet anybody for a month. And I was like, oh no. And they lowered it down to 2 weeks. They were like, we're not going to have anybody over for like 2 weeks because we want to learn how to be parents. But I was like, but I don't think that's going to work for me and my
You're like, if
schedule.
I just show up, it's
48 hours, and they're going to be like, come over. I will take any help I can get. Please,
Yeah.
God.
Literally, because
Yeah.
it's 2 of them. Do you understand? 2.
Yeah.
But you
Wow.
know
No,
what?
I
I
totally
love it.
understand like what they're trying to do, but at the same time, like,
No.
I mean, it really just depends on them particularly. Like, I had my
Yeah.
sister there when Robin was born, so you know that
Well,
whole thing was out the window
No.
already. But
It would only be like 3 people,
It was
and my
only
mom
2.
literally just wants to go over to help them clean. Like, she doesn't even care. I mean, she cares about the babies, but she's like, if you guys need me to clean, if you need me to cook, like, I'll do it. That's not me. I mean, I'm
That's
still
so
helping. Like, I better
nice.
get baby time.
You're like, I will snuggle them when they're silent and sleeping. That's
Yes.
what you're
And
there.
then when they cry, I'll go clean.
Well, hey, you can be holding them and playing with them while your sister like takes a nap or something,
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you take one,
or takes a
the
shower.
other person sleeps, and then I have one. In my brain, that makes sense. But you know what they got that I really like? They got like the baby Brezza, which is like the Keurig formula machine.
What?
Yeah,
they have those.
Yeah, and you like push the button and it like dispenses the formula. And so like
And it's like warm, like it's supposed to be.
yeah, it's supposed to be the
Like, it's a
exact
good-
temperature
Like
of the
perfect
bottle.
temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, babies are real bougie now.
They
Yeah,
have
they
a
are.
Keurig
They
for
really-
baby. I'm like, how
When I-
cool is that?
Carol, do
We
you have a
set up in
bougie
my
baby?
house.
He's
No.
kind of like just a redneck.
Oh my God, Carol, when you were on your vlog, when you're filming him from the back that he's running, I just wanted to reach in there and go, you're so
Oh, I
cute.
love the way toddlers
He's
run.
so-
They
They
just,
do run so cute.
oh, it's
But he's
great.
gonna like swing his whole butt into it to go faster.
Yes.
He's got to get the momentum.
Or they put their arms behind themselves. They're like,
Like Animal Crossing, that you run like this.
that's how they were.
They're so cute.
You know what happened though? I signed up for like the What to Expect app so I could look to see how big they were each week, and they sent formula to my house in my name.
Yeah, I saw that. They sent you things.
Oh, but don't worry, Raine. I got another package too from a different formula brand sitting downstairs as well. I got it like 2 days ago. I was like,
I kind of appreciate that they did that.
I
Yeah.
know.
I'm like, here's formula for your children.
Can
Actually,
I
they're
come
not,
over now?
That
they're
shit
not
is
her
not cheap.
children. They're my niece and nephew. You know, that's
Yeah,
not her son and daughter. My niece and nephew.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
to get her priorities straight.
Yeah. Like I don't care that you carried them. Absolutely not. I don't care. Because that's why I'm like, I have to wait 2 weeks. Like, I want to get time with them before I go to college.
Right.
Like, not like
Yeah, I
that
get that.
bad, but I'm gonna be busy.
You're gonna be busy.
It's not like it's far. I'm just gonna be busy. So I want to see them before I'm not
When do
busy.
you have to-
Are these her first kids?
These are my like only niece and like I don't have any niece or nephews.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder.
it's the best. That's the best.
Sometimes they say that like your first kid, you go late, but I wonder like with two if
Oh
they're just
no.
run
Yeah,
out
I
of
don't
room
know
so
that anyone
fast.
goes late with twins, and they usually don't let them go past like 38. And
Yeah.
that's if you're doing like really good.
Yeah, she's been pretty good so far. It's so weird. Like her legs are like weird. Like they turn out weird, and I
Yeah.
don't understand. I'm like, girl, are your legs
Probably, honestly,
okay?
because her pelvis has moved.
Yeah. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, your legs
Yeah, it
like-
must be because of
It has
the
to
pelvis.
widen. Yeah.
I know. I'm like, girl, you're out here man spreading for a real one. Like her legs are just
Probably
weird.
ready to not be pregnant anymore.
But she's like, oh yeah, she's really not having a good time. But like she's small. Like she's like I think like an inch and a half taller than me. She's like 5'1", 5'2",
Gosh.
and she is like more petite than me. Like she has really small hips and legs. Like she has big boobs, but like small small hips, small legs. So like it just doesn't look right. Like it's not that it
That's
doesn't
kind of
look
like
right.
how I'm shaped, so that would like make
That
sense.
is how I'm
Like,
shaped, yeah.
probably look.
She has big boobs. I'm like, Miss Girl, okay. Like she has big boobs. I have a big butt. We like one of each, you know?
I have
Usually
one.
how it works.
Thank you.
You have to have one of each, Marcy, so congratulations. I have no ass. Thanks.
Me neither.
If you could share, that would be great.
But I'm like, can they come so like I can see them?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Did you
Anxiously.
say they were having a boy and a girl? Or did I make that up? Okay.
That's so cool.
Their names are Levi and Olivia. But we're gonna call her like Livy.
Those.
Liv,
Stop,
Livy.
they're so cute.
I know. But Levi, I already know Levi's gonna be hectic. He's already the crazy one. He be kicking my sister like it's nothing. And then Olivia be there during the non-stress test, just be like, and they're like, can she move? Like actually do something? And she's just like, no. Like
Levi's
Olivia's gonna be
probably really
chill.
pushing her around the womb.
Yeah, and then I'm like, just fight them back. And then she'll like poke her own stomach and poke them back.
That's
She
crazy.
just fights them.
Yeah, I did that too. That's fun, messing with them.
God.
Yeah,
I
I'm so excited.
hated being pregnant every second of it.
Really? Yeah, you're not planning on being pregnant again, are you, Carol? You're like, please,
Absolutely not.
please,
I was
Mine wasn't even
no.
that bad, and I don't plan on being pregnant.
I was
again.
nauseous, nonstop, medicated.
But
couldn't
not all
get out of
pregnancies
bed,
are the same.
Huh?
That's what
Not
they
all
always say.
pregnancies are the same.
Marcy.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like scarred. Like just I can't.
No, I get it. I get it. I have my one, and I was like, "That's it."
Yeah, my sister.
And
she's
labor
like,
was so easy, piece of cake, easiest thing ever about that pregnancy. But I could never be pregnant again.
Oh man.
Oh, that's
no.
Never.
But my sister, she's kind of like diabetic because of her pregnancy, but not. It's just
Like,
like apparently like her blood sugar in the morning, so she only has to take medicine at night. I think I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they get that.
Diabetes.
Some
Yeah.
people get it. It
yeah,
really
but
just
then she has to like read her blood sugar
Random.
like every time she eats.
Mhm.
But then
yeah.
sometimes I'd be like, "Do me." She loves just like poking people and like figuring out their blood sugar. She loves it.
See, I would have no problem poking other people. I was more nervous. I was just like, how am I going to psych myself up to poke myself? Because it,
Yeah.
And then she has to
it would have to take me a while. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to do it. All right, I'm going to do it.
And then she has to inject herself in the stomach. I'm like, oh no, 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 no.
Uh-uh.
She'd just be like, and I'm like, you're gonna hit the children, like.
Look,
like,
but that's
They better run.
problems of what she's about to go through. So
Right.
If she has like, yeah, that's
that little poke, if she's getting an epidural or C-section, that little poke's nothing.
she wants a C-section, like bad.
kind of surprised.
We were like, "Are you sure? Like the recovery's not going to be great, Miss Ma'am." And she was like, kind of hoping that because she was like, "If one of them's breach, absolutely not. Cut me open." And she was kind of happy because then she wouldn't be like that would just be the decision. She wouldn't have to decide. But now they're both head down, so she's like, "Oh no! Like I kind of have to make a choice now."
Yeah, man, she's got to push almost 3 with the placenta, but she's got to push 2.
Maybe 2 placentas.
Oh Lordy, she has to have 4 births. No,
I'm a very strong advocate for the epidural.
Our conversations always get very weird.
Yeah, but my mom said when she got the epidural, it like wore off when she had me, and then she was tired, and then when she pushed me out, she couldn't even. They had to like vacuum me out. So they vacuumed me out, and then my mom was like, nice child, I'm going to sleep. Goodbye.
I was so tired that I felt like I was on some kind of drug. Like, it is just like the weirdest experience. And literally, as soon as he entered the world, I felt so different. It's like everything my body just was switching. No more nausea, like right off the bat. Like, it was crazy.
Weird.
That's really interesting. No, my mom literally said, "Oh, that's my kid. Cool. Good night." Like,
that would be me.
She had
my mom
I think our
said,
second night.
Girl? And they said yes. And she goes, "I have one of each now. Tie my tubes." And they literally, because that's what she was just like, "I'd like one of each." And she already had my brother. And this was 1987 in the late 1900s. Out the gender.
They had that technology back then?
Well, they did have that
the gender.
No, I was born out in a barn.
On the kitchen table.
On the kitchen table, yeah. But I guess like finding out the gender wasn't like a thing that everybody did then.
No, my mom didn't find out mine.
I think you could with like maybe a blood test or something weird. I don't know, but they didn't. So anyway, I was born and everybody thought I was going to be a boy, including my dad. And she was like, "I know, it's a girl, it's a girl." And I came out and they were like, "It's a girl." And she was like, "Tie him." And she said they literally wheeled her because she had me naturally, and they just with no epidural, by the way, both me and my brother, no epidural. That was not. They could have, but they didn't. And wheeled her right to the surgery room and just tied her to.
Yeah,
So it's just
Iconic.
like, I'm done.
I mean, while you're down there, why not?
I was like, okay.
I love that.
She said it was easier with me though. She said my brother was like 10 pounds, and she had him naturally with no epidural. I was almost 8, but she
How
said,
tall is she?
How what?
Tall. Was she tall or is she short?
Well, she's tall. She was like 5'9".
Okay. I feel like that's not as bad.
Mm-hmm. Now, my cousin's wife is about 5 foot and had a almost 11-pound baby.
Oh, hell no.
Absolutely not.
Hell no.
And she
Hell no. Where do I return this? Where do I send it back?
Oh,
No.
She lives in Los Angeles, and I don't know if it was just like she had the baby at like Mount Sinai, and I don't know if it was just because it was her first. This was, I mean, her child's like 10 now, but
it's just it's so random.
They let
It's random. I was so scared that was gonna happen to me. I was like, all the time, I was like, how much does she weigh? How much does she weigh?
Well, that was one of the things that the doctor couldn't tell me is like they don't know. They're like it can depend on how big you were, how big the dad was. It could depend on like so many different factors. I'm like, so what you're telling me is we don't know anything. But that was one of the things I was so worried about.
My sister's babies are small. Like last time,
they won't.
Yeah.
Last time though we checked, I think one was in the 20-something percentile and the other one was only 7th. But it was weird because the one that's in the 20th percentile, apparently there's something with his umbilical cord. I don't understand the baby things, but apparently there's something with his umbilical cord where he actually gets less nutrients. So like they don't understand why he's bigger.
Maybe that's why he's so ornery in there.
Maybe because he's supposed to be getting less nutrients, but he's the bigger one, so that doesn't make it. It's not adding up. The math is not mathing.
I think if he was getting his full nutrients, how big?
Can you imagine?
Like he needs to keep giving those over to his sister.
I just can't imagine having two.
That's what I'm saying though. But there's 5.
Pregnant. Like,
there's 5 of us and 2 of them, so I feel like It might be okay.
They'll be all right.
Oh yeah, that'll be okay. It's just like, yeah, like they don't realize. It'll just be nice to have someone hold the babies while they take a shower or something.
Oh my God. And it was so funny because my sister, well, from her husband's side, they have two nieces, and one of them was like born like during COVID. I think she's like a year or something like that, or almost a year. And they haven't really like seen them that much because they moved last August, especially at like the same time. But like they both came down, like all of the family came down here like a week ago, and my brother-in-law was like, Ashley's not ready. Like my sister's not ready because these two children running around. It was like she was like, I don't. She said he said it was the noise. The noise was too much for her, and I was like, good luck with that.
Oh.
No, once it's yours. Like, because before I had kids, all kids sounded the same, exactly the same. But no, once it's yours, you can tell. Like, there's a difference. And, like, kids screaming and crying used to just be, like, nails on a chalkboard to me. Now my kid does it. I just can, like, tune them out. Like, it's not.
Yeah, but, like, my sister, like, she has, like, a lot of things. And, like, she has really bad insomnia. She needs to have, like, the mask on. She needs to have headphones in with noise. Like,
she will be so exhausted.
I know. I'm like, you're literally gonna die.
Without her even knowing it. Like,
not just that. Like, I think your hormones and biology and like ensuring that your, that your legacy or whatever lives on, like all that stuff. I think it kicks in and it changes you. Like,
yeah, like my mom said before I was born, she used to be such a heavy sleeper, and then now I'd be like, Mom, she's immediately up out of the deepest slumber.
Like at your bedside.
Now she's like, oh wait. And then I'll ask her one thing, and then she goes back to sleep. She's out. I'm like, I don't understand.
I didn't even wake up. My daughter used to wake up at 6 a.m, but like, no, you're going back to sleep. I don't wake up. My sleep hasn't changed. I don't hear anything.
Oh my gosh. But my sister and I are the same, where like it takes us a lot to like fall asleep at night, but like we could take naps on the floor accidentally with no problem. It doesn't make sense. I'd be like on the floor doing nothing, and then I'm just asleep.
I could take a nap almost anywhere at any time, and I cannot fall asleep at night.
Exactly.
I could fall asleep anywhere with anything at any time.
I love that you missed that last live show because for like 3 hours you're like,
okay, let me tell you that. Okay, my husband is that same, like literally could fall asleep in seconds. And it irritates the crap out of me because it takes me a while. I got to set the scene. I got to clear my mind, which is really, really hard to do. Yeah. And he always says, oh, think of nothing. Think of nothing. I'm like, no, that doesn't work.
Just think of nothing.
That is what you do. No. And like literally last night, it was all dark because we were in a power outage. Yeah. We're sitting there. And then I was just like talking to the candle. I was just like, hey, fire gods, should I go get ice for my friend? Like I was just randomly talking. And he was like, what? And I was like, just be quiet. I'm talking to the fire gods right now because I need to know if I need to go get ice.
Don't worry about it.
Literally, 2 seconds. He's snoring. Just snoring, sitting there.
That reminds me of someone I know.
No.
Beside me.
I think it's a guy thing, honestly.
Well, then I'm a guy because
my mom quiet. Too, 30 seconds ago, I told you to be quiet and you fell asleep.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Is like my mom will be like snoring. I'll be like, Mom, and I'll ask her a question about something in the fridge, and she'll respond, and then literally, no lie, 10 seconds later, back asleep, snoring again. I'm like, how do you just wake up and then fall back asleep like that? If someone woke me up, like I normally cannot fall back asleep like that.
I can fall back asleep if I'm woken up. I can't get to sleep in the first place. Like if I'm asleep and I roll over, like wake up a little and roll over, I'm right back to sleep. But like to get to sleep,
yeah,
I need like. You're also a bear to wake up. Yes, Scott said I'm a bear to wake up.
That's me too. Like I'm honestly better.
I am a nightmare. When I was a little kid, it was like a family joke. Like you didn't wake me from a nap. Like. At nap time, like to wake me up, I would just scream bloody murder. Like literally when I was like 3, 4, Like I'd fall asleep on the couch and they would I would just scream. They would just laugh and be like, oh my God.
You probably had night terrors. I used
Maybe
to have
I
those
did.
too. Yeah. Where it would like my niece had them too, and it would take like a good 30 minutes to get her fully awake. And during that whole time, she would technically still be asleep, but she'd be screaming and crying. And then finally she would just like wake up and be fine. It was so weird.
I don't really remember it so much as I remember being told about it. So I don't know if I was having night terrors, but they said that I would scream.
That's usually the age.
I would make the biggest stink about having to wake up from a nap.
My type of girl. Don't let them wake you up.
It's different now, if we're being honest. There's a lot less screaming. But it's not the same. If Scott was I'm just like, do not want to be woken up.
I used to be
alarm go off, and it just he turns it off. He just immediately gets up, takes a sip of water, and then he's off. And I'm just like,
no.
And he falls asleep in like 15 seconds.
No.
Yes.
We'll be talking.
My husband is the same way. He gets up even on the weekends. He does when he's not even working. He's up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then he's just doing things.
Yes.
And then if I have to work at like 9, I'm still in bed.
And at 8:59
for work because I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, alarms used to not wake me up at all. Even now, I have to put on alarms that are people talking because it wakes me up more. But my fire alarm used to be right here. I don't have one because the batteries, I don't know. But my fire alarm is right here. My bed, literally right here. And the fire alarm was going off for like 2 minutes. Didn't wake me up. Nothing. And my dad came up the stairs because he heard it all the way downstairs around the house into his bedroom. He heard it. It woke him up. He came up the stairs and opened the door. And when he opened the door, he had the light on in the like staircase. And that's what woke me up is the light, not the fire alarm right there. No, did not wake me up.
That's weird.
But even when I was a kid, though, I hated naps. But now I love naps. I don't know what it was. I would never go to nap time.
Nap is my favorite.
No. Nap time was a no for me. I would just literally sit there in the dark and I would talk to all the kids and keep everybody up. And so either they would send me out the room or they would make me rub the other kids' backs to help them fall asleep. Yeah. Because I literally just wouldn't sleep. I would just talk.
That is weird. I don't want to be
weird.
I'm trying to fall
asleep. No, it's a little weird, but this was also like
they were little
years ago. Like
I
was
it's just never I never would have thought of that.
I know, but I would because I would just have conversations and everybody else couldn't sleep because I was talking. Yeah. It was I don't know. But now I'm like, why would you pass up a nap?
Down and do a nap in the middle of the day now. I wish that like still I just
know,
like bring like a yoga mat into my office and just
I think that adults are better suited for naps than little kids. Like little kids have energy, bro. Like
they always fight it. They always fight the nap time. I would
but
never.
Us, we're falling asleep in front of our computer. Like
you're having a 2 p.m. caffeine fix. We could just take a 30-minute nap and you'd be good to go.
Thank you.
But I'm not like that. When I nap, I'm done for 3 hours. Like you might hear me.
Yeah, me too.
Work.
I can't take a 30-minute nap. I wake up from that 30 minutes and I'm like, that was literally nothing.
Nothing. I know people say, "Oh, you just need 10 minutes to energize." No, you do not know how my battery works. I need like 3 hours. Thank you.
Like a 30-minute nap feels like you blinked for a long time. Like that's
yeah. Like you were just one big long.
Oh my God, Cammie! She said she would cut on the Barbie dolls instead of napping.
Oh my God,
Cammie, that's a little suspicious.
I'm gonna go. I know that's like not a great like time, but it's like 10 o'clock where I know it's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 for me too.
But I'm gonna go because I'm old and I have to work in the morning. So
bye, Amy. I love you.
Love you. Talk to y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye, Raine. I'm leaving.
Bye.
I'm so glad I have 3 days off of work.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm off. I was off today, and I spent like most of the day just like deep cleaning the house because I got in one of those weird moods. And then tomorrow, I think, I don't know, I'm off tomorrow too, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about rearranging my shelves, but I feel like I say that a lot and I don't do it.
You don't do like that.
I know, it's terrible. But I don't work as much this week, so I have lots more free time to do things.
Nice.
I'm excited.
I love that. I literally work like, I think 5 of the 7 days of summer when I work, I think. I don't like that.
I work like mostly during summerween as well, but it's fun.
Yeah, I work
I think
5.
my shifts are pretty short. For like
Me and Carol are here like, we don't have that problem. I'm just kidding.
Well, Summerween starts on Friday, and I'm off Friday, which I'm thinking about hosting. I think I'm going to host another one of these on Friday. So, if anyone wants to join, I already had a couple of people reach out to me that they wanted to join.
Oh,
Yes.
ooh, that doesn't feel right.
Deja's like, who?
You can't have other friends.
What?
Oh, you
I'm like, Raine, you going live with other people? That just doesn't, it's not adding up in my brain.
I know, right? That's not like me. No, I wanted to do like a new series on my channel where I just kind of randomly go live with random people.
You're gonna miss us.
I don't know, they might spread too. No, I mean, you guys are included if you guys want to hop on as well. I mean, I can have up to 6, so we can do the thing.
Oh my god, I don't like lives that are that big. It's like nobody can talk.
I know.
You gotta raise your hand.
That's what we should do from now on.
Yeah, Raine, you gotta tell everybody, raise your hand when you're gonna say something, please.
I wish I had like a little function like it does on like Zoom, where it like shows it in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think when we mute our mics, it shows it on like StreamYard, but on the actual stream,
it doesn't
show it. So they should do that with like the raised hand. That's what I think.
Can you hear my other dog snoring?
No.
Oh.
I just see her trying to build a little nest. It's so cute.
So cute. I actually locked my dog in that closet by accident. She comes, like my little dog, she comes in here sometimes, I guess to like get away from the chaos of the baby and everything. And I guess calling Robin a baby at this point, like she's almost 2. I should stop calling her that. But she comes in here and there's blankets in that closet for like guests and stuff.
So she gets all cozy.
And so she was completely quiet, and I was in here and I was like just picking up random things and stuff, and I just closed it. And then my husband got home and I heard her barking in here. And I was like, I mean, I don't think she was in there more than like 30 minutes, but I still felt really bad.
She got a nice sleep in there.
Yeah.
At first, I thought you were talking about Robin. I was
like, Raine, maybe you should talk about that, like when we're alone, not live.
Maybe not live.
I was like, it happens. Like, I thought you were talking about like.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about committing crimes on the live.
I thought you were like Robin goes in the closet and like lays on the blankets. I'm like, I wouldn't do that.
No, the dog goes in there to get away from Robin.
Oh.
That's what. So I've got 2 dogs.
She's mean to her. Robin is mean to her, and I'm like, stop. Leave her alone.
I've got this one right here. She can only handle the kid for so long, and then she just looks at me like, "Can I go upstairs now?" And then the other one just loves them, and I mean, the kid, he's like jumping on them and pulling their tail. They got like little nubs.
Yeah.
And so like when they were like one day they were wagging their little nub, my kid was like trying to get it.
Oh, Robin does it too. Robin does it too.
I was like, no, get your face out of their butt.
Robin said that too when she was breastfeeding.
My cheeks.
Because my little dog is a miniature pinscher, and she has a little nubby butt. And Robin did that several times. She doesn't do it anymore.
It's like,
Yeah,
you
no.
see under this thing here, that's their butt. Can we not go near that?
I'm like, no,
So funny.
it's not a nipple.
So funny.
That is hilarious.
Oh man.
Yeah, I feel bad because we had her for like a couple years, and then we got another one. We got a boy, and then we had a boy, and she's like, "No more little brothers, please."
Aw. How old is she?
8.
Oh,
My dog is
Yeah,
getting
like-
old now, and it makes me sad. I'm like,
I
you're a little
know.
old man. He's like,
Aw.
he's not that old. I think he's like 7-ish.
yeah, that's the same
That's
age
from
as
the
my little dog.
So I don't know. But he's getting like gray. Like he has like white parts of his face and then like black parts. And now his black parts are getting little gray hairs. And I'm like, you're literally so old.
That's what my husband's always like. Look how much gray she has. I'm like, nope. We'll talk about
We're
it.
not going to talk about this.
It's so
Then I'm gonna-
funny.
Think about it for a week. I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm going to be like, this dog is getting old. Yes,
My
no.
dog literally sits so funny though. He literally like hunches, and then his back legs, he'll be sitting, and his back legs will be like all like splayed out, and he's like hunched, and I'm
Like
like,
he's
are you
sitting-
okay?
Belly.
Yes, and he's very saggy. He was born saggy, but he has like a lot of skin just everywhere. And so it's all like saggy and wrinkly, and he's hunched there with his legs all splayed like to the side. And I'm like, you're literally so old. Like you're like
Sitting
sad.
like an old man and everything.
Yes,
Oh, I
and like
love it.
he sleeps so much now because my dog has always had a lot of energy, but like now it's like he walks for a long time and then he sleeps, and like that's it.
Aw.
But he used to be
Old.
so crazy. I know because we got him when he was like 1.5. He was like full of energy, and now he's all old. I'm like, can you stop? Just like keep it there. No more aging.
Oh, I love it. I forgot to tell you guys
Picture.
too, because we were talking about like how my friend reached out to me and she was like, "Oh, what book should I read or whatever?" Blah, 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 blah. And I gave her like suggestions. Well, she ended up going to Walmart that night, and then guess what book she picked up?
What?
What?
House of Hollow.
Nice.
I was like,
Yes.
"What? This is so random." She was like, "Have you read this?" I was like, "I literally just read it last month with my book club." Like, what? Yes.
That was for another day. You can't even see his sag properly. I'm gonna find a picture. Well, this is him with my sister being pregnant in the back.
Aw.
Oh, I love it.
That's what he does all the time. Just be sleeping. And you know what he does? He hates taking pictures of me. Like he literally will look away from the camera. I'm like,
Mine
"Excuse
does the
me?"
same thing.
Like how
one
do
of
you
my
know?
boys
They
does
know. They know. They do that to mess with us. I heard
Oh look, you
something
can see
the
his
other
sag
day.
little.
It was
You
like
see?
those would you rather questions, and it was like, would you rather be able to read the mind of your pet or read the mind of your partner?
Pet.
I don't have a partner. So.
My husband talks a lot, so I don't want to hear him in his head too.
Yeah.
Not like he, but and you know,
I
he,
feel like
you
I
know-
would just get offended and hurt my own feelings all the time because I'd just be like, why
Yeah,
is he only
and-
thinking about that?
Yeah, and my
I think
husband's
it's just-
always like planning and making like mental lists and doing math and stuff. Like I don't want to.
Oh.
No.
Do
I
you-
overthink, and I would just be analyzing everything.
But then you know,
I'd
it'd
rather
be
know what
nice,
my
like,
pets are thinking.
if your dog is like acting funny, like, do you not feel good? Like you could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you guys know when dogs lay upside down and they look weird? Do you ever take pictures of them and then flip it right side up? Do you ever do that?
No, but that's hilarious.
Because look,
What do you mean lay upside down, like on their back?
Like,
and then we just flip the picture because it's normally like he looks like that.
Yeah, so his face
Then
was
we
all.
flipped it.
Why is it so weirder?
I don't know. I gotta do that.
Okay,
Funny.
now I have to do that.
I know.
It's so hilarious. Plus, he has like so much just sag, so like it looks so weird. It's
It does look like an entirely different dog, though.
It's so funny. Like, I love doing that. It's hilarious. I'm trying to find more pictures. Look, you look so mad and old.
Those
His
jowls.
eyes are all squinted because of the sun. He looks so grumpy and old.
He looks so cute.
I think he's cute.
Love it.
He's so old. Oh my god, I'm trying to find. My dad always takes pictures of me hugging him and being weird, so that's what I'm trying to find because he'll take them and then send them to me. But this is just a whole bunch of random stuff, like a picture of Monster. I don't know what that's from. Like, why?
What is this?
It was actually sent by me, so I don't know what that's for, but
Sure.
yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. Now there's pictures of cards for something. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why, but he's laying on this cart.
Aww.
He just be like thinking every place is just like a place
To lay down.
Ooh, that's a good spot.
He's like on the cart.
Good spot.
He does weird things. He's a weird dog. Yeah. He's so old.
Poor thing.
Okay, I look so crusty in this, but this is what I'm talking about, okay? Why does he sit like this? What is
Mine
this?
does that too. Mine does that too. He sits there and he goes like this. Like he's miserable.
Like
Oh,
why does it keep turning up the light?
person?
I have a few of those too. I'll send it in the chat when I find them, but he like that. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, are you
Sitting
good?
like the people.
Is he a pit bull?
Well, he's
Yeah,
a
both
terrier.
of mine are pit bulls, and they sit like that from time to time too, and they look miserable, like they're sad, like give me attention.
For real. They look like they're so grumpy.
Yes.
But he actually wasn't. He was laying on me. I just look crusty. But he was laying on my
No, you
bed.
don't.
No.
No, because my dad
Well,
takes the
ladies,
most
I gotta jump
flattering
off.
pictures. But you know what
My
he does? I'm like, are
my-
you okay? Because he has this chair, right? That's like the chair. It used to be in my library, but it was too big. And like he has like the little mat and like 2 blankets. And sometimes it'll get all like disturbed. And so at night, he'll like look at somebody and then like back at it and then look at them again. Like and then if you fix the blankets and like spread them all out, he's like, time to hop up there. Like that's what he wants is for you to fix the blankets. I'm like, sir.
Yeah.
use your
He
paws
has
or
you
something."
trained. He has you trained.
Yep. My dogs do the same thing.
I'm like,
All right, y'all. I gotta jump off because my husband's waiting for me. But thank you for having me, even though I didn't get to do any reading.
I know. I was just like, we were having so much fun
Yeah,
talking.
we had
This
fun
is why
talking.
this is why it's just Hangout.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like if we sprint, we sprint. If
We
we
sprint,
don't,
if we
we don't. I'm not promising anything.
At what time are you jumping on Friday? Well, we'll talk in the chat later.
Yeah, I haven't decided yet, but it'll probably maybe be around the same time. It might even be a little bit earlier. I don't know.
Okay. Alrighty, we'll talk in the chat. Love you,
But we'll
girls.
have like a couple new people, so it'll be
Awesome.
fun. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like
because
didn't.
my kid will probably be up at like 6 a.m. So
It's okay. I should probably end this live at some point. I feel bad. My husband got home and I was like, peace out.
that's kind of what I do too. I'm like, oh hey, welcome home. You got the kid. Bye.
Okay, bye. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. He walked in. I was like, good. I was about to go live. So there you go. There's dinner and I'm going. I'm out.
that's so funny.
But I mean, I haven't decided when I will go live tomorrow, but I'll let you know.
You're going live tomorrow
Just
too?
on Instagram. Or not tomorrow. Friday. Why am I?
Friday. I was like, tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
Hey, you want to go live tomorrow? I'll go live with you tomorrow. You want to go live tomorrow?
Sure. I'm off the
Do
whole
it.
day. I'm off for 3 days.
Okay.
I have nothing to do.
I am off too. And I am doing nothing other than maybe organizing my bookshelves, like doing something with them, and building a Summerween TBR. But that's about it. I cleaned my house today, so I'm good. So maybe tomorrow. I will let you guys know.
Yeah, just whenever you post a link, I'll try to jump on.
Maybe we'll do it on your channel this time, Deja. It's not always been on mine.
I haven't been live on my channel in like 20 years. Because I used to go live every single week. That was too much. I couldn't be doing that all the time. That was a lot.
Yeah, you were doing it a lot. And then, like, that's kind of, I mean, but you're also posting, like, sit-down videos, too.
Barely. But the thing is, I stopped because, like, people in the chat were, like, being weird and, like, unresponsive. Not weird like that. It was just, like, weird. And there was, like, nobody there that I knew in the chat. And then it was, like, again, unresponsive. There'd be, like, 25 people watching. And then I'd ask a question. And then, like, nobody would respond. It would be, like, a question, like, how long do you guys want to sprint for? And then it'd be, like, crickets. And I was like, well, this is not fun no more.
No. Well, I mean, if you decide, if you want to. If not,
I mean, if another person's there, it's fun either way, even if people aren't in the comments.
Okay, cool. Oh, before I go, though, I wanted to show you. I got this crystal for my father-in-law. It's a bloodstone, an African bloodstone.
That's so pretty. It has streaks of red in it?
Yes, there we go. See?
Oh, yeah.
I see it a little better now.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's like I got it for my father-in-law who recently had a heart attack, like a massive heart attack. And he's home now and everything's like looking better. But this is supposed to help with like blood and heart health and everything. And I don't know, I just saw it and I thought he would think it was really cool because he likes cool little things like this. And I wanted to show you because, yeah, I know you like crystals like me. I don't know, it's so cool. I love it. I'm so excited to give it to him. But I wanted to show you we were talking about crystals the last time, and I was like, oh, I forgot to tell Deja I ordered this bloodstone. But I didn't have it then.
I love that.
Now I have it. So I'm so excited.
It's really pretty.
I feel like he's going to like it. It just looks really neat, and he likes neat-looking things. So I think he'll enjoy it. I don't know.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I guess I'll just end this.
Having me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to end this now and maybe go live tomorrow on your channel, Deja, or maybe mine. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll post about it on Instagram, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for coming along. And I know we didn't do a whole lot of sprinting, but I got a good amount read. So
I mean, I didn't read, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was the whole point of doing this thing was like to hang out. So, like,
yeah,
we
that's why
did
I hang with Raine instead of read with Raine because it was like I probably won't end up reading a whole lot. I'll probably just talk most of the time. So
we did 50 minutes total.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's something.
I'll read after this. So that wasn't my plan to come here. I didn't come to read. I came to talk.
Exactly, and we love that. Bye, everyone. Who's still here? I mean, it's probably just us.
I have no idea.